All right, pulled in here to my friendly local do-it-yourself car wash because it's nasty and raining outside. A little walk around. She's idling and just got up to temp after starting her up and driving her down the street here. Idle's nice and smooth, especially with the new engine mounts. The engine bay is fairly clean. Underneath, it's a little bit grimy simply because the oil pan is seeping a little bit of oil. I actually have a gasket for it. I just haven't made the time to put it on. Pretty much, I think most of the vacuum hoses up top were replaced by the previous owner. And then you can see the upper and lower radiator hoses as well are definitely new because they are real firm and feel nice, no sponginess whatsoever. I believe the battery's newer as well. It's a monster. Alright, so now I'm going to kill the engine. We'll do a little walk around here. Alright. So, like I said, the engine bay is very, very clean. Just kind of get it from every angle that I can over here. The mat on top of the hood there is in really good shape as well. Bumper's all very clean. I'm going to drop the hood here. Alright. All the headlights, all the side markers, the indicators work as they should. As far as the front end, you know, just aged. A little bit of rock chipping and stuff along the hood here, but nothing major at all. A little bit more beneath the headlights there, if you can see that. And then the only real kind of body damage, I would say, is this little valance down here. If you can see that. Like somebody clipped a curb with it. Frankly, you can hardly see it when you're standing around the car. It's only visible when you're down low like this. The passenger side is pretty much perfect. Forgive my wheels, I haven't cleaned the brake dust off of them. It's been kind of nasty weather the last few weeks and didn't see much point in it. But the passenger side, all very clean. The wheels are actually in really good shape as well. Kind of give you a shot down the side of it. All the panels are in good shape. All the chrome is really, really nice. I don't know how it has lasted so long, but no oxidation, no fading. It's all really bright and nice looking, as it should be. Big old moonroof there that works, doesn't leak a drop. Little holder for the fuel cap there. Around the backhand side. The rear in great shape as well. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the trunk lid. Perfectly straight. Just shot under there. Now the driver's hand side does have one dent, one good one. I don't know if you can see it. See it right there. It's a little crease where somebody gave it a nice little door check. But that is really about it as far as any body issues. I can't get over how clean the trim is on this thing, man. It's really, really nice. All the door latches work as they should. And they're really kind of interesting. I mean, they're of a design that I've never seen on anything except for these old Mercedes. But they are, they're stout for sure. But yeah, right there, you can see a little bitty crease there, little crease down there. That's all the body issues that exist, really. I mean, you can see like little tiny ding right there, I think. That's about it. Keep walking the car here. As far as rust, the only place on the body where I see any rust whatsoever is little bitty nicks back here on the paint. I mean, it's just surface rust right there. There's nothing on the backhand side. It's not severe at all. And then up here on the corner, little bitty spot right there. And then probably the worst of the rust on the entire car is on the cowl here. Little spot here and here. And then a little spot there by the windshield wiper. Let's see, what else of significance? I will lay down here on this nasty, dirty ground. Get a shot of the underside. As you can see, it's very clean. All the ball joints, the bushings are good. No cracked rubber on the ball joints there and the tie rods. Thing steers really tight. Forgive me for the lack of lighting down here. But really, for a car of its age, man, I mean, there's almost no corrosion underneath this thing at all. It's in great shape. And try and get you along the side here. Maybe give you a little bit better view. The underside of the body. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice. Handy little jack points up there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, man, it's in great shape. So there's not a whole lot of light down there, but the exhaust is solid, no rust through or anything. It's clean all the way back. You can see like little subframe parts like this that normally corrode badly are just unbelievably clean. And it's like that all the way back. It's in good shape. I mean, the exhaust is really the best measure of that. I mean, look how rust-free that resonator is. CV boots are in good shape on the back as well. See if I can show you those from where I'm at. Yeah, you can just make them out on the side there. Yeah, like I said, man, really clean. Alright, so for the outside, as far as defects, I think I pretty much covered everything. Little bitty nicks over here, there's a little surface rust. Nice little door ding there. That front valence that has a little crease in it on the front of the car. This guy, like an idiot, I drove it through an automatic car wash with it extended. It's a $15 part, very easily replaced. I just haven't gotten around to it. Let's see, trying to make sure I've covered everything I possibly can for you out here. Man, as far as other defects, a little crack in the fog light lens there, but it works as it should. The car also has some pretty bright high beams that I'm assuming are aftermarket, but they're pretty awesome for a car of this age. Oh, I do have a little bitty rock chip here that the car did pass safety inspection with. Has not been an issue. Before it gets too cold and I start using the heat a lot, I probably seal that. All right, on to the interior. Ooh, maybe trunk. There's not a lot to see in here. Forgive my my massive mess. I haul my tools around with me and gear all the time. But what really struck me about this is, I mean, one, how clean the panel is. The light works and everything. The trunk's very clean. The weather stripping is all in pretty good shape. All right, so let's talk about the interior of the car. The interior is in awesome condition, man. I really, really dig the color. I think it's really, really sharp in combination with the very 70s champagne metallic exterior paint. I think the interior color fits really nicely. But all the doors work. I don't believe the window switches back here work. To be honest, I've never even touched them until right now because I never ride in the back of the car. However, though the switches don't work, the rear windows do. The back seat is in really, really good shape. The carpets, they're not bad. They're usable. I mean, maybe a deep clean would spruce them up a little bit, but I would maybe replace them if I was really serious about keeping the car for a long time. As far as like imperfections of any kind, there's not many back here. I think there's one spot on the lower seat here where I think a little mouse was living here at some point, and he gave it a little chew right there. Aside from that, it's in a pretty extraordinary condition. The headliner is in great shape, not falling down, not loose anywhere. Super, super clean. It looks really awesome. Little fold down deal here. Oh wait, man, it comes from down there. Ah, look at that. That's kind of cool. Big old cushy armrest. Now if I can only, I have no idea how to get it back because I've never never brought it down before. I guess I'm just leaving it for the time being. Never ridden in the back of this car. Yeah, real good shape all around. Let me swing over to this other side, show you the door card on the passenger rear. Very, very solid shape. Really clean. I mean, even the weather stripping, that honestly, it looks original, but it works perfectly. It doesn't leak a drop of water anywhere, and it still is soft and pliable as well. Same goes for the trim around the door. Really good shape. Onto the front. Same story there. Super clean. The front seats definitely have the bulk of the wear. However, they're just not that bad. You can see the floor mats are pretty grimy. But this seat, let's see, little bit of splitting there, and that's really about it, honestly. The armrest there works. It goes up and down as it should. A couple cracks on it, but nothing major. Locks in place there, and you can drop it back down again. Let's see. The only real interior imperfections that I can think of, I think when they replaced the automatic climate control unit, they didn't secure this vent in here properly. I don't know how to get it back where it should be. Frankly, I just really haven't felt like it's worth messing with at the time. But that guy kind of sits down there in a weird way. It still works, but everything else is in good shape. The dash, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen one of these with as clean of a dash as this thing. The only cracking that you will see is this spot right here, which is teeny tiny. The rest of it's pretty much perfect. The sunroof works. The rear light works. This one up here has some sort of wiring issue because it works only intermittently. The rear defrost works. The sunroof works as well. This thing's kind of awesome. Oh, gotta turn the juice on. It is a big old sunroof, and man, that deflector does a great job of making it quiet. This sunroof makes less noise than my newer Audi and BMW by a lot. It's definitely superior design for sure. A lot of things are like that on this car. They're just kind of simple and they make sense and they work well. It closes real slow unless the car's started. Come on, buddy. But always works. It's never been stuck before, and I probably open and close it on a daily basis. Even in the winter, I like having it popped open with the heat blasting. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll leave that on so you can see that the climate control works. This guy does everything that it should do. It does a really good job of regulating the temperature in the car. It's surprisingly most reliable system for something as old as this car is, man. But let's see. Glove box. Got your cup holders for the car right there. That's kind of comical, isn't it? Guess you want to pull over and have a cup of coffee, you could stop and enjoy your little airline tray here. This guy, I think the hinges need tightened up and adjusted a little bit, because as you can see, it just kind of sits a little funny there with the gap. But man, aside from that, everything's in really good shape. The wheel's really clean. The driver's side is really clean as well. I think there's like a tiny little bit of cracking. Actually, there's really not on here. The driver's seat is pretty much perfect. The only thing I forgot to mention in the ad, I believe, is that the parking brake is not hooked up. The foot lever's there for it. All the stuff's there for it. However, I think that at some point somebody did a brake job and just decided to remove the cables at the rear, where they split above the exhaust at the center and then go to the left and the right calipers. They are not there. So I think maybe somebody's decided to take them off for some reason, for convenience, I suppose. But man, I mean, it is it's a really clean machine. Be a little bit sad to see her go. All the I'm gonna fire up real quick. All of the windows work. The only one that's wonky is this back one. It does work, but it just makes a little noise, and I think maybe it just needs to be adjusted. But other than that, all the windows are in great shape. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to make sure I cover everything here. Oh, the central locking, the central pneumatic locking is really awesome, actually. If you listen closely, you can hear a little tss when the lock cylinders move, but it works flawlessly. You can only lock from the driver's side. For whatever reason, my key does not fit the passenger there. Do not know why that is, but I'll show you here. All right. You can see them go down, up and down in unison. First one down, back one down, locked, unlocked, back one pops up. Kind of cool. Never had a car that has pneumatic locks before, and it's shockingly reliable, actually. Who would have thought? German cars actually work. That's not a thing anymore. I would know. But yeah, I'll do a quick little walk around, one more, just to give you a sense of the vehicle as a whole. Yeah, man. The closer I get to the reality of actually selling this thing, the more I become attached to it. And I kind of don't want to, but too many toys, making a big move out to the Pacific Northwest, and I have enough on my plate right now without having to figure out how to get 5 cars out there. And you can see on the fender, well, I don't know if you can really see in this, the paint's great. I mean, in really bright sunlight, you can see like a little bit of oxidation, sort of darkness there, but I'm convinced that that a real thorough buff would take that out. I mean, it looks great. If this little spot back here were touched up, that dent fixed, and you gave it a good buff, man, I think it'd be flawless. What a 70s color, man. What a late 70s, early 80s car, man. It's kind of the standard in 70s and 80s styling, isn't it? Between the color and the boxy body. It's a cool car. Well, if you have any questions, you just reach out and let me know. Bye.